News out of Keego Harbor. Keego Harbor Police Department is asking for the help of the community to identify a driver and vehicle that was involved in an intentional hit and run of a pedestrian in Keego Harbor. The incident happened on Friday, February 16th. Let's chat a little bit more about it with the Chief of Police at Keego Harbor. We're delighted to be joined now by Chief John Fitzgerald. Good morning, Chief. Thanks for joining us.
Morning, Dave. How you doing?
Excellent. So I did see on Facebook there was one update, but tell us the story and tell us how we can help.
Well, what happened was last Friday evening, about 7:40 in the evening, at the El Camino restaurant. That was at 2807 Orchard Lake Road. There was a couple. They were described as being a white male and white female in their mid to late 50s. Were dining there, and they had a dispute over the food and the service. So they got up. I guess they apparently slapped some money down on the table, but it didn't cover the bill. Went outside and got in their vehicle. As they were trying to leave, a server ran outside. Young lady ran out and tried to stop them. Apparently, she got in front of their car. They laughed at her when she tried to stop them. Then they tried to maneuver around her. She got herself in front of the car again, and they just knocked her down with the car, ran over her legs, and fled southbound on Orchard Lake Road towards the city of Orchard Lake. Or they could have turned north on Cass Lake Road also. But they took off on her, left her injured at the scene. She was treated at the hospital and is going to recover. She's back home, but still a horrible thing to have happened to her.
Well, it's just a terrible incident, and you hate to see that happen. Somebody coming in from likely outside of the community and committing that offense. And in spite of all of your efforts, and I assume the efforts of other law enforcement agencies, you were not able to pursue and apprehend the individual or individuals that perpetuated this crime. Is that correct?
Correct. At this point, we haven't been able to identify them. We're using everything we can. The media has been great about spreading the message. Has been getting on all the channels, and you having us on today. Hopefully somebody knows somebody they talked to, a friend or a relative who they knew was going to the El Camino that night and fits this description. You know, the vehicle has been identified as a 2005 to 2009 dark-colored Mercedes C-Class vehicle with newer generation wheels on it. We don't have much more to go on. We have video of the incident happening, but it's not totally clear. So if somebody knows, this sounds like something somebody might have come home and joked about or something like that. But if you have some information, please let us know. Get a hold of Detective Barnes here. And I think one of the worst things is on social media, it's been going around. People are picking on this server for having gone out and got in front of the car. I would never recommend that you try to apprehend somebody yourself. Don't stand in front of a vehicle trying to stop it, because you're not going to stop a vehicle. It's not the wisest thing to do. But this is not on her. She went out and she was trying to stop somebody that was running off on a bill. This is on the people that did it. They intentionally hit her with the car. They knew she was in front of her, intentionally hit her with the car, ran her over, didn't stop to check on her, and then fled southbound on Orchard Lake Road. So this is on them. They're the ones that committed a criminal act. What she did was not the wisest thing, but it's not on her, it's on them.
Chief John Fitzgerald joining us from Keego Harbor. We're talking about this incident with the hit and run after somebody fled, not paying their bill. Listen, it's really easy for people to Monday morning quarterback all this stuff. Put yourself in this situation. You're at work. You really care about the environment you're in. Somebody rips you off. You're going to go outside, and then, sometimes, Chief, and I appreciate your recommendation. It's not a good idea to pursue. Leave that to the professionals. But if adrenaline takes over, and you do happen to maybe make a risky move, so be it. I'm with you that we shouldn't be blaming anybody for making an attempt, even if it was unwise, to slow down, apprehend, interact with that person. So I appreciate you bringing that up. This kind
Absolutely.
of thing. Have you seen anything? Yeah, have you seen anything like this in a typical situation for Keego?
This is definitely not typical for Keego. The nice thing about Keego Harbor, it's a very low crime city. I've been here over 6 years now, and we have had so little major type crime. It's amazing. It's a great place to be. It's safe to come and eat out. It's safe to come and do business in, and it's a safe, good community to live in. And I'm serious when we really don't have a lot of serious stuff happen here.
Well, there was a seminar just the other night. Senator Bayer was at the West Bloomfield Middle School with Chief Mike Patton of West Bloomfield and our Attorney General here talking about some of the new gun laws here in the state of Michigan. I assume these new laws will be helpful to you and other law enforcement officials in our state.
Well, we're still working on the new policies with the new gun laws. There's some twists in there. There's some things we're trying to figure out, and we'll see how they pan out in the future. I'm not going to predict how well a new legislation is going to work, but it's something we're going to deal with as the police department here.
Yeah, you don't get to make the laws. You just enforce them and do your best to implement them in Keego. So listen, real quick before we go, we got Noah Arbit standing by, so we got to get to him. But being a police chief in a community like West Bloomfield or Keego Harbor puts you right at the epicenter. You're of our community. You're certainly one of our civic leaders. You do such a great job representing the community. Other than your law enforcement responsibilities, do you enjoy that role and just being one of the guys that everyone in town knows and certainly a leader of our community?
It's great. What I like about the small community here is a lot of the people. They're happy to walk up and say hi, and when they come up and say hi and it's like, Chief, how you doing? I'm like, it's not Chief, it's John. You can call me John. I'm just here in the community with you guys, and I want to make this a better place. And I really enjoy the people of Keego Harbor and the visitors to Keego Harbor.
Well, and you always do it with a soft touch. I've only met you under good circumstances, though. But it's
We're going to keep it that way too, Dave. We're going to keep it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, in the spirit of what you just said, John, thank you very much for coming on the program today. Good to talk to you. Before we go, if people have information about this incident, what do you want them to do with it? Where do you want them to go?
You can email information to our detective at Barnes, BARNES, at khpd.org, or you can call our front desk at 248-682-3030. If you don't get an answer, please leave a message for us. You can be anonymous, you can give us your name, whatever, but this poor young woman was criminally run over by somebody uncaring enough to not even check on her, take off. The blame is on them for the criminal act, not on her for just trying to make sure they paid their bill.
Absolutely. Chief John Fitzgerald, Keego Harbor, thank you for joining us today on the show. Good to have you with us.
You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day.